up loomers, it's me Jess, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Tiger Starburst. Now this is my own original design, and the colours I used for this was black, orange pearl, pink pearl and yellow pearl. So let's begin. The supplies you'll need for this bracelet are a loom, a hook, a S-clip, an S-clip and some bands. Today I'm going to be using black for the border, green and purple for the starburst. So let's begin. So take your first colour, which is your border colour, and go from the middle to the right. There you go. From the first peg to the second peg, second to the third, third to the fourth, fourth to the fifth. Now you're going to do this all the way down your loom, and then stop from the second to last peg. Now, this bracelet is easy to do because it's a triple single and a starburst put together. So, once you got to the second to last peg, you go into the middle and push down. Now you're going to go from the middle peg down to the second peg, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and you're just going to do the exact same process that you did as the last column. Now you can do whatever colours you want. And then go down. Make sure these are pushed down, and let's do the last column. So go out to the side and down. You can do like rainbow or anything. I wouldn't suggest doing all one colour. Do 2 to 3 or even 4 colours. Push this down. So now you're going to lay out your starburst. So I'm going to start off with my purple and take it and go from the left peg into the middle, then go from the middle peg out to the right. And then you're going to go from the middle peg to the right, the middle peg to the left, and then you're going to go from this peg here to the middle peg down to this peg, push down. Then you take your next colour and you do the exact same thing. Make stars all down your loom. Go on to purple again. Keep doing your starburst pattern. If you've got any suggestions for any bands that maybe you've made up and you'd like me to do a tutorial on, then send me a DM on Instagram and I will surely check it out and try and figure out if it's on a hook, maybe to try and do it on a loom, because I know some people struggle with doing hook only designs. So it would help if you maybe gave me bands that you'd like to see me make. Yeah, I've got 2 more stars left. You can fit 6 stars on 1 loom. So if I wanted to fit my wrist, then I'd probably have to do about 3 of these. Then push down. I'm going to go on to my last star, which is green, and oh, that's a different green. You could, I'm not saying you do have to do this, but if like you did each different band of the star a different colour, that might look quite cool. Send me your pictures of what your bands look like on Instagram and I'll like them and comment. So once you've done your stars, now you're going to do capping bands. So how you do a cap band is you take 1 band and wrap it round twice. Again, 1 band, wrap it round twice. Do this. Skip the peg in the middle, in the middle of the starburst. So like this peg doesn't need a cap band, this peg doesn't need a cap band, this one does. So where the centre of your starburst is, you'll put a cap band, and then we'll do 1 more cap band, and then green, and then that's all of your starburst done. And then you need to do the cap band at the end again, double loop it. So this is what your loom should look like. Make sure you've put on all your cap bands, and let's begin. So start by going behind the cap band and lifting up the top band, mine's green, and putting it back onto the peg that it came from. Now go behind the cap band, lift up the bottom band and pull it to the peg it came from. Again, go behind and put it to the peg it came from. You'll loop your starburst first, like this. Now this is what your loom, this is what your first star should look like. And then you go in and you grab your top band, mine's purple, and put it back onto the peg it came from. And then go behind and pick up the band. Now if you wanted to, you could do a starburst or a triple single. If you wanted to make a starburst, then just take off, then don't do the middle single row, and just loop like normal. And also if you want to do a triple single, just take off the starburst and put triangular bands all down. And yeah, behind, bottom band. Now this isn't a high tension bracelet, so you don't have to worry about your bands breaking, because I would tell you at the start of the video and say you'll need a metal hook or something, but this one you can use any hook, as long as it's not like a little hook, and they're quite slim and flexy. I'm just going to keep looping my stars. Now if you did the star pattern the same way I did it, then you should be able to loop the left and then the right and then the left then the right. Make sure you don't catch like the bottom band. Now I'm going to keep going. You must loop the band after the starburst, because it will fall apart and then you'll have to redo it, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah. There is another design similar to this where there's a full starburst on the front and then there's a triple single on the back, and I kind of took that idea and made it my own. And then my last starburst, loop, now this is, the stars are really easy to loop. So I have now finished all my stars, and now again you're going to go back into the black cap band, which is here, and pick up the top band first, then go back in, middle, and then the last band. So I'm going to loop this side first, so go in, grab the bottom band, pull up, in, pull up. So you're going to do a single chain border, pretty much. Now this design is very easy to understand unless you struggle with bands where you have to do a lot of hooking and things like that. Now this is a really easy bracelet, so I wouldn't worry about getting stressed. Like, don't stress if a band or something snaps, because I've had that happen before. And then just keep going. So go back in, see where you looped this band that goes to the middle, go behind and lift up. Go behind, and you're just going to do this single chain for all 3 stripes, or single bands if you want to call them. The reason this is called the Tiger Starburst is because of the stripes, and it could be called the triple starburst, but that kind of sounds like you're going to put 3 starbursts together. So I've done this middle one, and go behind again, and pick up or loop the bottom band. If I'm going too fast in this video, just pause or even comment down below saying if I need to go slower or if I need to go over things more smoothly, like how you do different styles. Like for example, one bracelet that I do find quite tricky is the hexafish. I don't know if any of you have made them, and they're quite tricky, so I don't know if I'm going to do one on my channel or not. Comment down below. So I've finished my Tiger Starburst, and now it's time to take it off the loom. So you're just going to take it off by lifting all of the bands off, being careful not to rip or break the bands, because you never know, like if you pull the band too hard and then a couple of days later you're wearing it and then it breaks. So that's why I suggest using your hook, not just pulling it off. Now if you want any tips on how to make your own bands, then just comment down below, so I could do a whole video on it. Making bands isn't the easiest of things. That's why, say if like I make a band, then I'll show it to you because someone else might or might not have done the design. So I'm getting down to my last 4 last bands. Now don't pull these off. Don't worry if it curls up, that's just natural on all bands that they curl up, except from some bands like the fishtail. So pull off this band. So then you take your border colour, you take one band and you go through all of these loops and pull it off. So your band should look like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a band on your hook, hold it with your finger and thread all of these loops through and onto your one elastic band like this. So this is what it should look like. And now I'm just going to add an extension on the loom. So my pattern is going to be purple, green, black. So start out with purple, purple, green, black, purple, green, black. Now I'm just going to do this down the whole bar pin. Don't use wheat bands. You could do double bands, but I prefer to do single because I don't like my extensions to be that thick. If you'll not make an extension, then you will just have to transfer it, and you just keep looming and doing the same process. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these two loops and put it on the bottom, and you're just going to loom it by going behind and lifting up the top band just like you did for the border. I will be really interested to see what kind of colour patterns that you've made, because I like to see what people think, like how the colours go, and or you could even completely just do the same colours as me. So once you've done your extension, take your S-clip and clip it onto these two elastics, take it off the loom, and now I'm going to take the other side of the S-clip and connect it to the black band. Then you should have two sides. This one looks more like a triple single, and this one has more of a stripy effect. And this is what it looks like on my wrist. You could do a lot more of these to make the band bigger. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and comment. Bye!